Hey guys, sorry about the sweating. I'm trying not to sweat, but I live in southern Mexico and it is May, end of May, and it is hot here. So I'm just gonna be sweating. Sorry about that. All right, let's get to our vocabulary. Today's vocabulary words are from Westworld Season 2, Episode 2. And once again, you do not need to watch any TV shows in order to get a lot out of this lesson. Well, everything out of this lesson. In fact, I'm just teaching you guys 4 very useful, common English idioms and vocabulary words. And our first one is playing favorites. If you do watch the episode, the expression to play favorites shows up at 2 minutes and 45 seconds. And what does it mean? If you're playing favorites, you are giving an unfair advantage to someone. So, because of the nature of this expression, it's usually used in formal situations where one person has the power and they get to decide who gets the special treatment or the advantage. So if my coworker got a raise and I didn't, and I feel like we both did just as well, maybe I did even better. I've been even better this quarter than my coworker. I would say the boss is just playing favorites. That's the only reason she got the raise over me. It's clearly a case of playing favorites. Or sometimes a coach might play favorites with the members of a sports team. So the coach decides who to put on the field and who to keep on the bench. And if the reason he makes that decision is just because he likes one of the players, then that is the case of playing favorites. All right, our next one comes at 11 minutes and 25 seconds. And that is, I think they say, you don't know what we're up against, or something about what we're up against. So to be up against something is just another expression for who you are fighting or who you are competing with, who you are, well, you're trying to win at some sort of situation. You're trying to come out the winner. So whether it's life and death situation or negotiating something successfully in a meeting, the person who is your opponent or your challenger is the person you are up against, or the team you're up against. So it could be that you go into a negotiation situation and you really don't have enough information about the people you're going to be talking to. So before going in, you might say to one of your coworkers, I really don't know what we're up against here. Or it could be that you do know what you're up against. Do you know what we're up against? This is going to be really difficult. Yeah? Or, knowing who we're up against, it shouldn't be a problem. We're going to be fine. Yeah? So just another term for using, for referring to your competition or your opponent. All right, the next one at 33 minutes is an adjective, cheeky. Okay, so I realized watching this show that we're getting some vocabulary words that sound like British English to me. So words and expressions that would be commonly used in England or the United Kingdom, and they're just not used very often in North American English. We know what they mean, but they're just not as commonly used. And the reason that happens, if you do watch this TV show, is because it's set in the Old West. So it's set hundreds of years ago when settlers had recently come over from Europe, and they're still using expressions at that time which later fell out of popularity and aren't used as often. But cheeky is an adjective that I do use myself because I just can't think of a better replacement for it. I can't think of a synonym, another word that really means the same as cheeky. So that makes it a little tricky for me to define for you, because I can't just say cheeky means this. All right, so I'm going to have to try to explain it and give you examples. Cheeky, it's when you're being a little bit disrespectful towards authority, so towards your boss or your teacher or your mom, but in a joking, friendly sort of way. The kind of thing that would make your boss or teacher or mom say, cheeky. All right, so of course I've been a teacher for many years. I can think back to my cheeky students and I would always point out to them, that guy is being cheeky, just so that everybody would get an understanding of what the word cheeky is. And one of those cheeky students that I can remember was a guy from Spain, of course, you cheeky Spaniards. And I was telling them about writing the Cambridge exams and that everyone needs to use a pencil at the exam. I look over and I see my Spanish student holding a pen. And I say, Santiago, are you using a pencil? And he says, yeah, it's just a blue pencil. Ha ha, very funny, right? So obviously I'm the teacher, I'm telling him what he has to do in class, and he answers me with kind of a sarcastic, joking, but slightly disrespectful because I'm the teacher and I'm telling him what he needs to do comment. All right, and the next word also strikes me as British, and I actually don't use this word ever in conversation. But I do, of course, I come across it when I'm reading, and I hear it in British television shows, or shows that are from hundreds of years ago. And everybody would know what this word means, and that is foolish. You've probably heard it yourself. And it just means, we would say in North America, we would be more likely to say stupid. Oh, why was I so stupid? Oh, that was so foolish of me. It feels strange for me to say it. Oh, that was so foolish, because I never say that word. I never use it. But yeah, you can use it. Why not? You know, incorporate vocabulary. If you've learned mostly American English, then try incorporating a little more British vocabulary just to give yourself more breadth in your vocabulary. And yeah, it's kind of fun to say. Foolish. That was very foolish of you. All right, that is it for today. I will see you guys next week.